Kash Patel is asking two questions that should concern everybody. Two FBI officials familiar with the matter, they don't exist, told NBC News on Monday that FBI Director Kash Patel has inquired about setting up a direct phone line to the White House and about retaining a private security detail for himself. Those questions, and importantly, the possible motivation behind them, could be significant and disturbing clues as how Patel views his job and his agents. And I love this video that MSNBC has right here, claiming that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are conspiracy theorists. FBI agents within the FBI and other intelligence agents fabricated the Steele dossier in 2016. They fabricated the Steele dossier, which has been the entire fucking speaking point from the left to claim Russian collusion with Trump, was fabricated by FBI agents and other intelligence agency agents and law enforcement agents, right? They made up an entire compilation of information and then signed it. They colluded with one another to sign it, to give it some validity. And it was found to be fabricated. They did, in fact, rig the 2016 election. And then again in 2020, the FBI went and censored information regarding the Hunter Biden laptop story for the 2020 election, which people theorize if that information could have actually been allowed to circulate within the American public, that Biden would have lost the 2020 election, because it was so fucking egregious, and it still is so egregious, and it hasn't been dealt with. But the FBI suppressed that information. Congressional hearings have already occurred on this stuff and found that the FBI suppressed this information. So Dan Bongino and Kash Patel aren't conspiracy theorists for believing that the elections were rigged. They were in fact rigged. Okay? To the extent in which they were rigged, that's the part that's up for debate, because Democrats started throwing everybody in prison or censoring everybody who questioned the results of those elections. And they label them election deniers. It's okay to deny an election, guys. It's okay to not to be upset with the results of an election. Just like the leftists are clearly unhinged about the results of the 2024 election, right? Those questions, and importantly, the possible motivation behind them, could be significant, disturbing clues as to how Patel views his job and his agents. No, it could actually be significant and disturbing clues as to how Patel has to operate within the agency he leads, because of political extremists rampant within the department. As first reported by the Wall Street Journal on March 7th, according to people familiar with his inquiry, which means they don't exist and the story's being made up, Patel queried officials as to how he might have secure lines installed in his office and home that would go directly to the Oval Office. Ben Williamson, the Bureau's assistant director for public affairs, denied the Journal's report. There's nothing wrong with a cabinet member wanting a direct line to the person that they serve. No shit, right? Like, kind of like other people below the FBI, the director of the FBI, want a line. Like, so the assistant director of the FBI wants a line to the director of the FBI. And then people below the assistant director of the FBI want lines to the assistant director of the FBI. No shit, right? It's kind of just establishing more efficient communication. Jesus Christ, man, the fucking left.